Hey there. So this is the second part in an ongoing series of making employee engagement really work in your organization and to enable us in HR to realize those bottom line organizational results. So this particular video is going to be about how do you choose the tool that your organization can use to really leverage employee engagement and support its long-term efforts. So after working in this arena for over 20 years, both as an external consultant with Gallup and the Great Place to Work Institute, and internally as a senior leader, I've been asked a number of times, what are some of the key aspects of a great employee engagement platform or software package? So although I don't really believe that the platform is the most critical part of engagement, picking the right one can go a really long way to increasing the likelihood of the initiative's success. It can also be a really powerful method to leverage data in a way that can impact those real bottom line organizational results. So there are hundreds of tools out there now touting to be the panacea or silver bullet to finally enable employee engagement to make a real impact. But the truth is that the system is only one small part of the equation. It's a necessary part and can enable that impact much easier, or it can make it a lot harder. So there's really 5 things that you want to think about when choosing a system or platform that you're going to leverage employee engagement with. So the first one is that you want the user experience to be really exceptional. It should be able to be used on any device and look and feel the same no matter where it's being used. The other part of the user experience that's important is it should be simple and elegant. All the users should be able to understand what they're looking at pretty intuitively. And this means that frontline leaders should be able to look at their data, run rudimentary reports, and all those kinds of things without a whole lot of extra training. The second thing is that you want to make sure that the overall reporting is pretty robust. Now, this means that there should be some easy reporting for folks to run that don't touch the system a lot, but there also should be some more meaty or advanced types of reports for super users, those people that have to do in-depth analysis like HRBPs and people like that, right, to slice and dice the data the way that they want. Third, the tool should play nicely with the other systems that you have in place, whether that is HRIS, a data analysis tool, or anything like that. You don't want something that isn't going to connect well with those other tools you already have in place, because you want to leverage the data from those other tools. This is important, right? Because you're going to be bumping up that engagement data against leader performance data and other sources to do analysis. In organizations I've worked with, we've done this to uncover exceptional leaders, right? Those that had high engagement and high business results, to create new leadership attributes, and identifying connections between employee initiatives, employee engagement, and the impact to customer experience. Fourth, you want to make sure that there's some kind of way to leverage comments. There's a lot of tools out there that are using machine language and AI to help dive deeply into these comments, and that is really important. This is really rich data that you want to parse. It's going to help you validate the numerical data and uncover issues that might not be seen in the data alone. This is a super important thing and something you want to care for a lot. Fifth, the final component of the tool is you want a way for leaders to follow up on employee engagement data at an individual manager level. Every level of leader in your organization should be responsible for following up and owning the data that is delivered, regardless of how often that is. But that's the biggest gap in almost every tool I've ever seen. So there's super data that's being delivered, but without some method to encourage action, that data doesn't have a ton of value to a manager. So you want a system that can allow you to do that. So I worked with a client that picked a tool that was pretty cutting edge. It had extensive reporting and a whole whack of tools that leaders could use to understand their results a lot better. But it was really just too much. Leaders ended up going to their HRBPs to do the analysis, and then they didn't do that much with the data or the analysis when they got it. So when it came time to pick a new platform, I worked with them to understand or pick the key criteria, and frontline leaders being able to leverage the tool was one of those. And We actually had the frontline leaders in the finalist presentation, and they used the tool, asked questions, and gave their input on the selection. And the platform selected wasn't the most advanced, but it was the one that people leaders really liked the most. And that's not the path for every organization, but you have to pick the tool that's right for you. Now, there are a lot of great tools out there, but don't be fooled. Not every tool fits every organization. And I've seen one too many times that organizations buy too little or too much of a tool and made leveraging employee engagement more complicated than it needed to be. Now, if you're interested in learning more about how you can choose the right tool for your organization, contact me via email or go to www.cube214.com to learn more. Thanks and good luck.